is it kind of around the same setup as when I went to school there? Is, they take their 6 classes
Yeah, they take five,
and then
which I'm pretty sure that's probably what you took. You probably took five and
yeah, I
five
think
each
with
year.
the 5 and the 1 credit, I think
Oh
was
yeah, the small one. Yeah, yeah. There aren't as many of the one credits anymore. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, we practice every day at 11:30. Guys get on at 11 early if you want, and you can work on skills. You can either ask a coach to do it, or sometimes the coach is just out there and they'll tell you, hey, we want to get you on and work on this. We do that. We do a goalie session almost every day, so we always need shooters for that. So it's kind of still, I would say, Brandon, very similar to when you played. It's just I would say our practice intensity is better. It's better. Like I really push that, and it's at the point now where our players push it. Like we were awesome in practice almost every day this year, and I wasn't yelling and screaming to make sure guys are working hard. Like that's what guys want to do, and
yeah.
that's why we have to recruit high character kids that want to compete, they want to battle. Um, they're excited when they walk in the rink every day. I think when you played, we had a chunk of guys like that.
Yep.
Yourself included, Jean-Marc Baudouin. You mentioned Cashman. You guys loved it. You loved to play and compete every day. But we also had a chunk of guys that were kind of like, we got practice today, and they just want to focus on the games Friday and Saturday night. And if you're kind of going through the motions at practice, you're not getting better.
Yeah.
What we have now is a full team
Yeah.
of Brandon Wong, Jean-Marc Baudouin, Reed Cashman. We have 25 of those guys instead of 8 to 12. It's
Yeah. I
probably
remember
the best
that was kind of switching into my final year, I believe. We all those younger guys coming in, especially who was it? Dan Clark, Kevin Bowie, Yuri Herman.
Did you play with Connor and Kellen Jones, or were they after you?
I helped recruit them. They came in.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
their work ethic in practice was ridiculous. Like we still feel their effects to this day, and they graduated for it. So they're going on 9 years. But
Right.
they would just go, and then Matt Pekka came in right after them, right? He's played NHL games. Actually, Connor Jones played some NHL games. I think Connor Jones is he the all-time leading scorer in the BCHL, or he definitely is for Vernon. I don't know. He might be for the league. I don't know, but anyway.
But they definitely went to the Robank Cup. They like 3 times.
Oh yeah, I mean they were so good for me. I just golfed with Connor last week. It was great to see. It was a bunch of guys, actually David Marshall was there.
Yeah,
bunch of guys, Bowie, Glaker, bunch of Quinnipiac alums. We had like an eightsome. It was fun.
I believe I received the video of Marshall using the trophy as the ball marker. I remember.
Oh yeah. Listen, you play with Marshy. He's a beauty. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. The only thing now is he's a dad, which is great. But yeah, he's such a good kid.
Now I think we can move along to, I guess, a little bit of development. We've talked a little bit in this video call about development, but just think your thoughts of even going back into, I guess, the recruiting days of my generation, but now how that's developed and how much skill development is so important to players that you recruit. Our program, we have 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds that they start with us. They're able to skate, have fun, that type of thing. It is starting to grow with the belief and the trust, and of course our program, but also the hockey world and hockey community out there, of how important that is to, gain these skills at a younger age and have a great foundation to kind of push along to, if they really want to go for, so say, I guess, junior hockey or college hockey at some point.
Yeah, I mean, for us, the development, to me, a big part of it is about pace. Like when you get on the ice, like there's all different types of drills and skills and things you can teach for sure. But it's about getting guys to go at pace and then go beyond that and get outside their comfort zone. I think that's when you see players really improve, whether it's skating or shooting or stick handling or, making reads. Obviously, we've always had really good special teams. Our penalty kills usually one of the best in the country. Our power play is always up there. So those are having good players, and then you need good coaching. You got a combination. You got to practice it. But I think when you take a player, like I said, I mentioned earlier, like we've had some walk-ons that have made the NHL. Like they've gotten better because we push the pace. We go full. Like every day they come to practice and they're going 100 miles an hour. They're going 110% every day. And when you fire like that, that's when you're going to get better. When you come in, you're like, oh, how am I going to coast through practice today? You're just wasting time. You're not going to get better. So I think it's about our culture, and we expect our guys to go hard on the ice and in the weight room. And that's a big part of it too, like becoming better athletes.
I guess that kind of fits in the mold of your recruits: high skill, high character, and then likely a lot. Maybe some of the guys need to really get on. It's such a big jump from junior hockey, from my perspective, from BCHL to the NCAA, and how we, well, not only muscle but how we trained.
A big thing is the strength, right? That's the guys are just bigger and stronger. They're older too, bigger and stronger, and then the off ice training it's an eye opener, right? For a lot of guys coming up.
And just tapping.
What are we doing here, right? I mean, it's
tapping. I actually really liked. I mean, we had Coach
Mike Bouchard, right?
Yeah, Bouch.
He was good. Yeah, Bouch was great. Yeah.
Yeah, and just from that, I was like, "Oh, this is great." We did warm up in the club field house down below on campus most of early fall, and I just remember all that. We had the early workouts as well, like the 6. I think we had 6 a.m. or 6:30.
Yeah,
remember
once in a while. We only do that a couple times now. We just do it for a little mental toughness. We probably did it more with your group because we had some guys we had to mentally toughen up. I guess I don't know if it worked or not, but.
We were early, and I was on campus that year, so it was just a quick walk over kind of thing. But I mean, just kind of goes into the whole youth hockey, minor hockey stuff, anyways. Of you either want it or you don't, and that's kind of the sacrifices, and it certainly shapes you, shows yourself how committed you are.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so with your skill stuff, do you run the skills yourself still, or do you have like skills?
So we have 4 coaches. Justin Eddy, who I think was 04, so he's before you. He's played at Quinnipiac. He's our goalie coach. I think you know Justin. Yeah, you know Justin. And so he handles the goalies. And then me, Joe Dume, and Mike Corbett will split up the other players. Joe usually takes the D. I'll jump in with the D once in a while, but it's usually me and Corbett we'll kind of split into the forwards. But it just depends on the day, and sometimes we're doing face-offs, sometimes we're taking, working on retrievals, sometimes it's just shooting, skating. Usually I like to do it before practice. The guys are fresh, the ice is fresh, clean, the coaches are fresh. I think it's more productive than doing it after practice when the ice is all chewed up. I'm a big proponent of that.
Okay. I must say, since I have you on here, I do use the peanut drill that you used.
Yeah.
I mentioned that, and I do remember when we were doing.
I got that from Tony Amonte. Somebody told me that's what Tony Amonte did. I've actually never met Tony Amonte, but that was the Tony Amonte drill. I changed it to the name of the peanut, but he used to be able to just zip around, and that's why he was such a. I mean, you probably don't remember him. He was a great player.
I do fast hitter, Chicago. Yeah.
And he was unbelievable. But he could skate. But
and. No, I just remember doing that, and I kind of was like, "What is this?" But I didn't complain; I just did it. But now the kids, it's
just great for your edges, and it really forces you to get that whole blade on the ice, quick. And
I pass that on to the kids, the young ones, and
it's a good little skating drill. I haven't used that. I haven't used that as much lately. I'm going to bring that one back, Brandon. There's probably a bunch I used back then. We're always rotating new drills in. I should probably go back, and I guess we got some old practice footage, and I'll pull up some old drills, baby.